Hi, this is Alex from Groovy Entertainment. Today we're going to do a special veteran video, and I'm going to talk some more about my war movies. The first one we're going to talk about is the John Wayne War Collection. And you got Operation Pacific from 1951, where we fight against the Japanese, like after Pearl Harbor. They were expendable. This is during Pearl Harbor that we fight against the Japanese. Flying Leatherneck, we fight the Japanese in another World War II still, but we fight the Japanese in this one. And back to Baden, we fight the Japanese in this one. But this I don't know if this would be after the war or during the war. It says 1945, and I know the war ended in 45. So I don't know if we were still fighting. What part of 45 it was. This is from 19. Let's see. This is 1945 also. So these two, I don't know if we would still end the war or after the war, and we would still making war moves. But these two got a lot of action in it. This one is not. It's kind of slow going, and this got a lot of action in it too. But you got you got three good John Wayne movie and one okay John Wayne movie. And then we got the Seven Dawn about uh about the communist China, and you got another agent group trying to wipe out. You got the communists trying to wipe out the good agent people, and then the American goes in there to help the good agent people out to stop the communists. And it's got a lot of action in it. You got William Holden and Susan Susan York, and it's got a good battle scene in the middle of the picture. This is from 1964. And this is From Here to Eternity from 1953 with Burt Lancaster, Ergen Bergenheim, Frank Sinatra, Deborah Carr. And this is before Pearl Harbor. This is like before, yeah, this is the Pearl Harbor thing that everybody was just doing their own things, and then the Japanese attacked them because they weren't prepared for what was happening. And then we got 12 O'Clock High with Gregory Peck. And this one, they fight the Germans. And this is about a this is about a captain or general. This is about a general that sends his soldiers to fight the German people airplanes. And he feels sorry. He feels real sorry about putting them in danger because he's not too sure that if they're coming back or not because he don't hear nothing. He don't hear what's happening. And this is not real big on action. This is mostly on drama from 1949. So if you want a drama picture, that'd be it. But it's not. It really got any action in it. I just like Gregory Peck, and I love war movies. So I had to get any war film. This is Starland 17 from 1952, with William Holden. I see. Odette Preminger. He plays the big time German general, or whatever, and he's the director too. So he didn't direct this film. And this is the original Hogan Hero. Hogan Hero copied this movie, and I think this is a lot better than Hogan Hero also. And then you got the bridge of Toko Ridge, or Rye. This is about William Holden and Grace Kelly. Now this is from 1955, and this is about the Americans fighting the Japanese. And this is a real good movie it's a real good movie, but the real good action scene is like 40 to a half hour, kind of the end of the movie. And this movie is full screen. It's supposed to be widescreen, but I got a full screen copy. Now I don't know if they released this to make it the correct way it was supposed to be shown. So I hope they do. Then our next one, In Harm Ways. This is kind of like this is like what's that movie? From Here to Eternia. This is pre it's Pearl Harbor, and then what happened because they weren't prepared. The Japanese taxed them again. And this is a real good movie. It's got action through it. This is from 1965. So what you can do if you want to, you can watch From Here to Eternia first, and then you can watch In Harm's Way. Then Tar Tar is another one of these films. There's like three films of the Pearl Harbor attack, and then you can see the whole story in different forms of it. And that one you got Kurt Douglas in this one too, and you got the Penguin and you got Archie. So you got they weren't TV star actors, but the guy that did the Penguin would become a big time TV star for for most of the '60s. Then Archie would be a big time star in the '70s, a TV star in the '70s. John Wayne and Kurt Douglas would all be movie stars. Then you got Nothing But the Braves. Is there any pictures of them? No. Nothing But the Braves from '65. This is about a group of American soldiers get trapped on the Japanese island, and a group of Japanese people get stuck on get stuck on a or get stuck on their island because they can't get off of it, and they have to work together to get off this island. This is a real good movie. You got Frank Tedesco, Clint Walker. Let's see, Brad Dexter. He was on the Magnificent Seven. And this is kind of like that one where Lee Marvin and on that movie in '68 where he gets trapped on the island with a Japanese soldier or whatever, and they have to work together to get off the island after they become enemies for a while. I got both of them. I got both of them. Now, Apocalypse Now from '79 is a Vietnam War movie. Now, I see this one when I was little, broken up, bits and pieces of it. And then I saw it again when I was a teenager, bits and pieces of it. I never saw the film completely ever. I saw like 5 minutes of one scene, 10 minutes of another scene, and then I saw this at a video store or Goodwill or something, and picked the VCR up, thinking that what I saw was pretty good. Of course, I got to see the whole movie on DVD about 2 years ago, and and what I saw was it was a long, boring film. It wasn't as I thought it would be because I saw only good parts of the movie. So I so I so when I saw the DVD, I thought, oh man, but I got my VCR copy, and I'm not gonna get this on DVD ever. So if you like the film, you can leave it in the comment and tell me if you like any of these movies I'm talking about. You can leave it in the comment. If you hate them, leave that in the comment too. I'd love to hear your feedback. Now, this is Riker from 1963 at a TV show pilot. I don't know if it made more episodes, and then it got released in 1968 as a movie. It must have been a two-part, however long parts it was. They just made it into a movie form. And this is another communist China kind of movie. So I'm thinking like the Seven Dawn movie. This must have had the same. This must have had the same effect. two agent groups. You have the bad one, the good one, and the American must go in there to stop what's happening. That's kind of how the Vietnam War and Korea War started. Two groups couldn't get together, and we got stuck going to them places to help the groups out. And they didn't want us there. Now, this is Tora 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 from 1970. Now, this movie is it's a it's an okay movie till you get 45 minutes toward the end of the movie to see all the action stuff. And this movie was a flop. This movie did bad at the box office, and I can understand why it did bad. It didn't have much action in it until you got to 45 minutes to the end of it. Nowadays, this movie is kind of a cult classic. People starting to love it now more than they did about 49 years ago. And then this is Patton from 1970. And this is about Patton going after the German people. It's in World War II. And this is George C. Scott. Now this movie had a lot of protesters protesting against it back in the 70s because they were protesting against the Green Beret, the John Wayne movie of '68, in this one, and there was another movie, another kind of war movie they were protesting against because they didn't want war movies to be part of cinema anymore. But this movie did make a lot of money, even though it protested a lot. This movie got a Academy Award. It got 7 Academy Awards for the picture of for the 1970 Academy Award. He became a big time star after this picture. He did The Hustler with Paul Newman, and he didn't get anything for that movie. He got nominated, but he didn't get anything. He did this movie. He got a lot of awards for it. So this is kind of like the Joker movie that came out this year, but they were protesting against it, and it made a lot of money. So this is the same way for the time. For back then, this was their Joker movie. Our next one is Mr. Robeson with Henry Fonda, James Cagney, and Jack Lemmon. Now, this is a comedy from 1955, and this one is a World War II film against the Japanese. And they're trying to play jokes, or they're trying to get rid of their commander, James Cagney, because he's too strict, and they want to have a fun person root him. They want Henry Fonda to root him because he's the more funner general. And this movie is kind of like Operation Petticoat from '59. So these are two. So if you want a comedy war movie instead of a serious one, I say pick this one up in Operation Petticoat. And you might be able to find this on DVD, and you might be able to get the widescreen version than my VCR full screen. This is Torpedo Run. This is about This is about the Americans fighting the. Let's see. I like to be right about some of this stuff. Yeah, they're fighting the Japanese in this one. This is from 1958, and you got Glenn Ford, Ernest Borgnine, and this is a real good submarine kind of picture. It takes most of the the American submarine versus the Japanese submarines, and you can pick this up on DVD. Back about 5 years ago, DVD was about I think it was almost $30. I don't know if it dropped down since then. If it did, I would love to pick it up so I can watch the widescreen of this movie instead of the full screen version. This is Torbrook for 1966. Now, this is the first story of the of the American trying to knock out the German gas depot, and this is the original. Then, if you saw my other war video, we there's a movie called Play Dirty. That was the remake of this one. Not really a remake. It was the same movie. They just made it different. And then there was a third one in '71 called Raid on Promise. Play Dirty had Michael Caine, and Raid on Promise had Burton. I forget his name, his first name, of course. So they're all three good movies. They all three got action, all three of them. The only thing that changed mostly is the special effects because each year they can do special effects differently. So this is a real good action film with Rock Hudson and Joy Papar. Yeah, Richard Burton. Richard Burton did the last remake of '71, and you should. This is on DVD. I don't know how long it's on. I don't know if it's still on DVD because when I last checked it about 5 years ago, when I was looking up Torpedo Run, they both were on DVD at the time. Our next one, so Ear Command, where Jimmy Stewart and I'm bad at names. June Alderson. Now this is about a baseball player that that within that that was in the war back when he was younger, and now that he's have a baseball career, he knows the war uh, uh, the war won him back. The army they won him back because he knows something that they showed him back when he was younger, and he's the only one that can make this super nuclear airplane to stop a war. I think this is like during the nuclear war thing, and his wife wants him to stay a baseball player and not go in the army. He's too old to do the army, but they want him back because he knows the secret about the nuclear stuff. And this is a good movie. It don't got much action in it or any action in it. It's more of a drama. This is kind of like it's kind of like the like oh let's see. Yeah, it's better than 12 O'Clock High because in color, and Jimmy Stewart makes it he he makes it better. But it's an okay movie if you want to pick it up. You might be able to find that on DVD or Blu-ray nowadays. And his Operation Petticoat, Tony Curtis and Cary Grant from '59. This is another American versus Japanese submarine movie. This is a comedy, and I remember they painted the submarine pink. The Americans did. I don't know much about this movie because I seen this movie 3 times when I was little in the '80s and once in the '90s when I was a teenager. But with the little bit I remember, I just remember that pink submarine, so I had to get it. And our last movie is We Dive at Dawn from 1943, and this is about the British versus the British versus the Germans, and this is a British movie. So this is during their wartime. Because their war had been started. I think their war started in 1939, and our war started in 1941, the World War II. So when this movie came out, they were already fighting the German people 4 years, or they already had 4 years fighting them people. We didn't start until '41, so and I don't know what this movie action. It looks like it got good action scenes with the little with them attacking the German boat. Yeah, it's like a pretty good movie. I don't know much about it. I never seen it. I just I saw it out of Goodwill, and I love war movies. So whenever I see a war film, I try to buy it because I just love the war film, and I just watch it whenever I get the chance. So that's all my war movies. So I hope you like this movie a lot, this video a lot. So please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Like I said, if you've seen any of these pictures I had talked about, you can leave your memories in the comments. If you hated it, you liked it, whatever, leave it in the comments, and I love to read about what you said about the movies. And have a groovy day. We'll have another video coming out real soon.